Hey, this is my Bladedancer ninja build for the Hunter class. It's designed around Crucible, but it can still be useful in PvE as well. Um, First, the grenades. Flux grenade is good for a single target kill. It's a pretty much guaranteed kill because you can easily stick it to someone and it'll kill them instantly. Now, arcbow grenade will hit multiple enemies and is better for if they're even a little bit spread out because it'll chain to them. And I also have the chest that increases the range that arcbow grenade chains, and also I spawn with grenade energy. So I'll be able to keep using arcbow grenade, do enough damage to people to finish them off with my gun or melee attacks. If you have the helmet or something else, flux grenade is still good for single target kills, and it can still do more damage or some damage to people if they're near each other. Blink is definitely the one to go for. There's no point in choosing another. It'll get you around the map quicker. It'll let you go further distances than a regular double jump. And you can also avoid enemies' attacks easier with this, because it gives you a short teleport. So if you do that at the right time, an enemy will miss you. Also, make sure that you're sprinting when using Blink, because if you're not, then you won't go very far. And it'll seem like it's not very good. Just make sure you're always sprinting when using Blink. And for the Arc Blade abilities, Razor's Edge and Showstopper aren't as helpful. Showstopper is good if you're in a group of enemies, but I prefer Vanish because it gives me invisibility. And for a ninja build, and the way I'm playing this character, Vanish is really helpful, especially if you do it right. You can activate Arc Blade, then activate Vanish, around, and then run around a corner and then take enemies out before they can see you. You can take down enemies and then immediately afterwards. It's just good for better survivability and taking out enemies quicker before they can see you. Backstab is amazing. It makes your blink kill enemies from. Um, Good for Stalker because you can crouch and stuff to make it easier to get behind people. Escape Artist gives you more invisibility, but you have to, of course, only when you hit them with. And when you're getting Blink Strike, it's pretty close anyway that the invisibility at that point won't really help. So I definitely would choose Backstab over Escape Artist almost all the time, especially when using Stalker later in the build to go. Fast Twitch will reduce the cooldown of Blink Strike significantly. It's about 5-second cooldown when you don't have any strength. So if you have a strength build, then you'll be able to use Blink Strike like every few seconds. And that's amazing, especially if you do Hungering Blade later, because Hungering Blade will give you health recovery for Blink Strike or Arc Blade. Now for the stats, focus on toughness and speed, Path Forgotten, because you want as much speed as you can doing this build, because you're going to want to move quickly and escape quickly. And the extra armor you get more armor than you can get health recovery. And since Hunter's health recovery is so low, the extra recovery you get isn't going to help as much as the extra armor. It may not be as much as Titans, but the extra armor will keep you alive long enough to kill enemies. But it is the increases maximum sprint speed and extends slide distance. This will let you be able to get to enemies quicker, especially if you want to run in and slide to a shotgun, to a blink strike, or just slide to take them out. It'll be easier to survive and get to enemies without them killing you. Shadowjack is great when you want more invisibility. If you're using Vanish or if you're using Stalker later in the build, Shadowjack will give you an extra few seconds of invisibility. So that'll be good for running around and surviving longer if you're. And Way of the Drifter is the one I choose for the attributes. All attributes, again, giving you more agility and more armor. You don't need as much armor as the second one gives you, and also takes away your speed, and again, health recovery is helpful. Now for the last tree, Encore is nice, but it's not as helpful as the other two, especially if you have the helmet that makes you, Arc Blade use less super energy. Now Stalker is great because every time when you crouch after a few seconds, you'll go stealth, helpful for backstab and other invisibility. But Hungering Blade regenerates health every time you use Blink, amazing if you're using Fast Twitch.